Hi, everybody. This is Cold Hard Football Facts on Football Nation. I'm Butch Stearns of the Pulse Network. He's Kerry Byrne of Cold Hard Football Facts. Kerry, before the season even began, this isn't college football. This isn't that Alabama LSU game that everybody's pointing to. But you've been pointing to Monday Night Football, December 10th, the Houston Texans coming to Foxborough to play the Patriots before the season even began.
Yep.
That's the biggest game of the year.
Well, at Cold Hard Football Facts and Football Nation, and also we, as part of the Sports Illustrated panel of so-called experts, they asked, what's the game, the one game you're looking forward to? This is back in August. The one game you're looking forward to all year. I said Monday night, December 10th, Houston at New England. It's going to be a huge game. It's shaping up as a huge game. And part of the interesting part of it, a Southern Dome team coming up north in the cold to play outdoors in Foxborough at night. It's got the makings of a real great game, especially if the weather's bad. I'm kind of rooting for some bad weather will make it more cinematic.
All right, let's look at the cold, hard facts, the numbers, before we get into some opinion about this. The Houston Texans, when it comes to the numbers, you said before the year they were the most balanced team in football. Now with only 4 games to go in the season, your numbers back it up. They are.
Yeah, well, we picked them with, balanced wins in the NFL. We picked them to go to the Super Bowl, win the Super Bowl. And the numbers so far have borne it out. Right now, number 1 across the board in our quality stats power rankings. By the way, Butch, we have a statistical tie this week. The Texans and Broncos, the same exact average across the board and all our different stats. So that's going to be a pretty compelling story. And by the way, the Patriots beat up the Broncos, don't forget, earlier in the season. But with that said, Houston number 2 in scoring offense, behind only the Patriots. Number 3 in defensive passer rating, a key indicator of success. Just a good, solid team in pretty much all phases of the game.
If they do have a weakness, it's running the football, actually, and stopping the run, the old traditional weakness.
Well, with Arian Foster, they have a reputation as a great running team, okay? But in reality, they're only 12th in the NFL in rushing average, okay? And not only that, they're number 18 in run defense, an average per attempt against the bottom half of the league. Weakness being a relative thing. I mean, they're strong and very strong, top 10, top 8 in everything else we look at. So weakness, again, is relative. But if there's a couple things they're not as good at, it's then don't run the ball as well as people think they do. And they're not particularly good at stopping the run, maybe because of J.J. Watt and all those guys trying to get upfield and deflect passes. They may leave them a little vulnerable against the run.
I don't remember how good Air Coryell's Chargers defenses were. Yeah. I really don't remember by the numbers. Maybe you do. But has there ever been a team, when we look at the Patriots numbers, as always, that there's been such a contrast in how good the offense is and how bad the defense is numbers-wise?
Well, you know what? At least the defense now isn't bad. At least now it's middle of the pack. So that's going to be very encouraging. But, you're talking about the greatest offense in the history of football we're looking at year after year with the Patriots. Nobody's scored points with such regularity. And look at the numbers. Number 1 in scoring offense. Not only that, Butch, a full touchdown better than the number 2 Texans. I mean, imagine that. They're scoring a touchdown more than any other team in football. Number 1 in scorability, offensive efficiency, offensive hog index, third down defense, pass protection, relativity index, how well they play relative to the quality of their opponents. This team is a juggernaut on the offensive side of the ball, the likes of which you've probably never seen as a football fan.
Their defense, as you said, has played better. Their turnover differential is great, but they still give up a lot of yardage in the air. They're 17th, I believe, in points allowed in the NFL, right in the middle of the pack. So that's the story of their defense. But again, if you're going to attack them, you've got to throw the football.
Yeah, because that's where they're having trouble. The one thing saving them, forcing all those turnovers, makes them look a little better. Their defensive passer rating, though, a key number. You're good in this number, you win Super Bowls. The Patriots, 22nd in that number. They still need to improve. And by the way, 28th in yards per attempt against them via the pass. They're getting gashed for big yardage. Their turnovers are really the only thing saving them defensively, and it's got to be a concern playing a balanced team like Houston.
I know you're not going to like to hear this, but I'm going to go this route anyway. Throw the numbers out.
Yep.
I know you can't do that. It's not in your mindset.
Not in my DNA, no.
Throw them out for a second,
Yep.
okay? You mentioned it off the top. You picked Houston to go to the Super Bowl. You picked Houston to win the Super Bowl before the year. Your numbers are backing it up. But this is like Christopher Columbus with the Nina, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria. I'll tell you why. The Texans are the Nina. The Falcons are the Pinta. And the Niners are the Santa Maria. Here's what I mean. This is uncharted territory for all these teams. They're not battle-tested like the Giants and Patriots. This is the type of game where they're going into the waters looking for land, and I'm not sure they know how to find it yet.
Well, I think that even the Texans at 11-1 have to be a little nervous about this situation. I mean, the Patriots are deadly at home, one of the best home teams in the history of football, one of the best teams over the past 11 years in the history of football, a place they really lose. Again, outdoors at night. That's what I like about it. It's kind of, it is uncharted territory for the Texans. I think it's going to be very exciting. And you know what? I think we'll have our pick, our real and spectacular pick at Cold Hard Insider this week. You can check it out there. But the Patriots are a favorite for a reason. I think I might like the Patriots to eke out a win. This is the type of game they've won when they've been a very good team.
I would like to have a split screen, right?
Yeah.
With the two speeches, Columbus at the front of his boat and Gary Kubiak before this game, talking to his troops about stick with it, we're going to find land. I would like to have that video.
You got to put that together, Butch. You got to do that for us. You know what I mean?
You like my analogy?
You might win a Peabody Award, right? A Peabody Award. What do they call them?
So who wins this game now? You still sticking to Houston?
Like I said, I think I like New England to eke out a win in a street fight. I mean, I think this is going to be a real great game where the Patriots have enough offense. And, we've seen Brady throughout the years, no matter how good that defense is. The most memorable one was the 2004 AFC title game. The 15-1 Steelers, best defense in football by every measure. The Patriots went in there, laid 41 on the Steelers, Heinz Field. I think the Patriots can score against anybody, and I think they may have enough with a couple key turnovers to win this game.
It's uncharted territory for the Texans. It's the Patriots and Texans on Monday Night Football. It's the game of the week for Cold Hard Football Facts on Football Nation.